Hello everybody, today we're going to be going over some irregular verbs in present tense. So what these verbs mean is in our last video we went over ER, IR, and RE verbs where you take off the ending and then you add our new ending onto it. But for these verbs and a couple more that we'll do, they don't follow that. So for avoir, you can't just take off the IR and add the IS, IT to the end of it, because then it just won't start with avoir. So for je, we're going to take off the E, because it's actually going to be an apostrophe, and we're going to have a I. So instead of an ending, what we're going to do is this is what you'll have to put instead. So let's say in a sentence, you want to say I have. So instead of saying je, and then the conjugation, like we normally do, it will just become j'ai. And that's it. So for tu, it's going to become as. Il or elle is just going to be a. For nous, it's going to be avons, which is avons. Vous avez, which is avez. And for ils or elles, it's going to be ont. Now next up we have aller, which is going to be another irregular one. So this one, for je, we're going to have v. For tu, we're going to have va. For il, we're going to have just va. For nous, next up we're going to have nous allons, allons. We're going to have vous allez, which is allez. And finally, we'll have ils vont. Next up, we're going to do faire, which means to do. So avoir is to have. Aller is to go. Faire is to do. So for this one, I'm not going to write the je. I'm just going to put them on the same line. So it's going to be je fais. Tu fais. Il ou elle fait. Nous faisons. Vous faites. That one's a little tricky because it's so irregular. And finally, ils ou elles font. Now we have être, which is one of the more important ones. The ones you'll definitely use the most are être and avoir, just because you'll have to use them in a different tense known as passé composé, which we'll go over in the future. So for je, we have je suis. For tu, we have tu es. Il ou elle est. Nous sommes. Vous êtes, with a circumflex at the top. And finally, we have ils ou elles sont. Now finally, for this page, we have savoir, which is going to be je sais, tu sais, il ou elle sait, with a T. We have nous savons, vous savez, et ils ou elles savent. So our next five are going to be venir, prendre, mettre, devoir, et pouvoir. So to start, we're going to go with venir, and we're just going to go in order, like before. I'm not going to write the je, tu, il, all that. I'm just going to write what they would be for each in the same order. So for je, it's going to be viens. For tu, it's going to be viens. And il, elle, is also viens. They're pronounced the same, even though there's an S and T at the end. For nous, it's venons. For vous, it's venez. And for il et elle, it's vient. With a lot of silent letters. So next up, we got prendre, which is going to be je prends, with the S at the end. It's going to be je prends. Again. it's going to be il et elle prend, nothing at the end. It's going to be prêt, non. Prenez and prenne, two ends. Next, we have mettre, which is very irregular. So to start, we have met, and now we have met, and we have met again. Next, we got mettons, then mettez, and then met. Now our second last one for this page is going to be devoir, which is je dois with an S, tu dois with an S again, il elle doit with a T, and then we have nous devons, and then vous devez, and ils ou elles doivent. So for pouvoir, now we have je peux with an X, tu peux with another X, you ou elle peut with a T, and now we got pouvons, pouvez, and ils ou elles peuvent with a U, V, E, N, T. Now, if you notice, devoir and pouvoir both have voir in the name, which means they'll be very similar to voir when we conjugate it, as well as you can see there's a lot of similarities between them with how they're spelt and what kind of form you put them in. Alright, now for our final page, we're going to have voir, manger, boire, and dormir. So to start for voir, it's going to be je vois, which is V-O-I-S, tu vois, same thing, il ou elle voit with a T, nous voyons, voyons, vous voyez, and il ou elle voit, and T. Now, manger is very similar to a regular verb, but there's only one small difference on nous form. So we'll do the same thing as normal, cross out the ER, and we're going to replace it with the normal ER endings. So we're going to put mange, tu manges, yes, il ou elle mange, nous mangons, and we're going to stop there. So normally if you wanted to put ONS, it would be mangon, which doesn't sound very good in French. So what they do is they put an E in between. So it would be mangeons rather than mangon, because that sounds horrible. And then it's the same for the rest. It's going to be manger and then mange with an ENT. So it's only the new form that's irregular, and the only thing that's different is that there's an E there. Now, next up we have vouloir, which is going to be je veux with the EUX, tu veux with an EUX, il ou elle veut with a T instead, and then we have voulons, we have voulez, our last one we have veut, which is V-E-U-L-E-N-T. Now, last up for the day is we have dormir, which is going to be je dors with an S, tu dors with an S, il ou elle dort with the T, nous dormons with an ONS, vous dormez with an EZ, and then we have il ou elle dort, which is D-O-R-M-E-N-T.